Hey guys, what's up? Matt here, and today I've got a review for you of this excellent Ontario Rat Model 1 folding knife. Now, if you're a member of the YouTube knife community or any knife community for that matter, then I'm sure you will have seen this knife before. It's not going to be anything new to you. And today in this review, I'm going to try to take a look at the knife and explore why it's so popular and why so many people like it so much, including me. I love the Rat 1. But before we dive in here, I was thinking about a good comparison to make on the Rat 1 to another knife in case you've never handled one, and I thought of a really good one in my opinion. As popular as this knife is, I'm sure you've seen this knife. This is even more popular. I'm sure you know what it is. I don't even know why I'm saying it. It's the Spyderco Tenacious. And I'm sure you also know that it has an older brother, not older, bigger brother, called the Spyderco Resilience, and it's pretty much the Tenacious, longer handle, longer blade, obviously. And that, I think, is a perfect comparison to the Rat 1. They're very similar knives, the Rat 1 and the what I keep forgetting. The Rat 1 and the Resilience. They're very similar knives, both G10 handles, both liner locks, both full flat ground blades. This is All-State steel. The Tenacious and the Resilience are ATR 13 MOV steel, which are very similar steels. So really, I think this is almost exactly like a Resilience. I don't have one currently right now to compare it side by side, but you can see with the Tenacious here, it's a little fatter. But I think that's a really good comparison about what you're getting, especially, and I forgot to mention this, but it's the most important part, the price. The Rat 1, I'm looking at Amazon right now, $28 for this knife. I can't even believe that. I mean, you get this, 3.5-inch knife for $28. It's insane. I think the Resilience might be 4 inches, thereabouts, and it's like $40. So both very affordable folding knives. But we're not talking about the Resilience, we're talking about the Rat 1, so let's get into the review. Start with the blade. Like I mentioned, it is full flat ground. I think I mentioned that. One of the similarities with the Resilience, it's full flat ground, very gradual drop point here, good amount of belly. You can see the tip there. You can see it extra well because I've worn it off a little bit, and we'll get into that right now, actually, because that's one of the very few complaints I hear about the Rat 1, especially in comment section of like Amazon or websites like that, is the finish on the blade and the pocket clip is just paint. It's nothing special. It's not tie-dye coating or Duracoat or Cerakote or anything like that. It's nothing fancy. It's just paint, so it will wear off. As you can see, it will wear off quite a bit. Now, this isn't just from opening packages, obviously. I carried this knife when I was working construction, so a lot of heavy-duty cutting, and so, it's not just going to, like, fall off the blade, obviously. But if you put some wear on it, you're going to see this paint come off, which some people don't like that. I think it looks cool, personally. You don't want to be one of those guys who just, like, sits around holding your knives all day, alone in a room. Not that you guys are. But you want to go out and use your blades. I use this camping. I use it on construction, like I said, and you can tell. And I think that's cool. You can tell the guy uses his knife. It's like a badge of. It's like war wounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's the blade. I don't like it so much in the pocket clip. Because I've talked about this time and time again, but I like a low profile pocket clip that you can. People won't really be able to see that well. However, for the uses, that I'm putting this knife in, it's not really a problem because, if I'm camping or on a construction site or something, I don't really care if people know I have a knife on me. So for me personally, it's not that big of a deal. Let's move on to the handle. This is probably one of the reasons people love the Rat 1 so much, and it's the handle. It's really, really ergonomic. These organic curves here just really fit in the palm nicely. No problems with the handle whatsoever. This front choil here is really, really good. Index finger locks in there really well, and as does your thumb on the top of the blade with that jimping there. Not the sharpest jimping ever. Not nearly as good as the tenacious resilience, most Spyderco knives, but it's still perfectly acceptable, better than acceptable. It's good jimping. It is pillar flow-through construction, which is my favorite type of construction. Easy to clean out. Can take everything apart using mini Torx screwdriver, so no problems there. Pocket clip is 4-way positionable. Already kind of talked about the pocket clip, but a few more things. It's not the deepest carrying pocket clip ever, but like I said, for me personally, I'm not everyday carrying this knife. I think there's a lot better options. Maybe this one. Sorry to keep bringing it in, but it's just sitting. I actually just got this knife, so I'm kind of, well, I mean, I've had one before, but I just got another one, and I'm pretty excited about it, so it's just kind of sitting there. But anyway, yeah, it's not the best EDC knife. It's a little heavy. It is 5 ounces, so you can definitely do better on the weight there. So the pocket clip, it's not a big issue. It is not the strongest pocket clip, but I've never had a problem with it falling out of pocket. So everything is squared away there. It is a liner lock, and I have no play in mine. The other complaint I've heard about the Rat 1 on occasion is people have a difficult time deploying it. And when I got it, like 4 or 5 months ago, I had the same, well, I didn't have a huge problem, but see, the thing is, this angle between the thumb stud and the pivot point, it's a shallow angle. It's not like way out here. If it was way out here, you could just flick it and it would open. It's a shallow angle, so you have to get a lot of leverage. And on top of that, it was really tight when I took it out of box, to the point where you really have to get a good arm flick. At least for me, right out of box, you have to use your whole arm. Maybe not your whole arm, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but a lot of wrist, some forearm, and really flip it out there. Now, after a lot of use, it's fine. I can even, I think, let me check. Yep, I can, what's that called? I can open it, shake it open. I can shake it out. Which I don't recommend doing with any of your knives because it puts a lot of wear on the locking mechanism, but just to explain the tightness of the lockup, it is able to be shaken out. So that's good. I guess I lied a little bit. There is just a tiny bit of side-to-side movement there. Nothing. I mean, it's nothing. I've never had any problems with the knife feeling loose or anything like that. But be aware you might have to adjust the pivot point a little bit to your liking, which, like I said before, you can do with Torx screws. Or is that? Yeah, it's Torx. Okay. The thumb stud they're good. They're not too buried in this drawer here that you can't get to them. You can get adequate purchase, flick it out. So really it's all good with the Ontario Rat Model 1. Really recommend that you guys pick one up if you have, $30 extra laying around, which, who does? I know I don't, but if you're looking for a new knife and you have, $30, $40 budget, this is definitely something you should consider. It's done really well for me. Camping is, I think, camping and outdoors use is its forte. Like I said, it was a utility knife for me when I worked construction. Any of those roles, it's going to be fine. You could flex it into a self-defense role if you had to. Hope you never have to, but in a pinch it would work fine. So thanks so much for watching the review, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to tune in next time. See you later.